Hello, welcome to East Asia Monitor. This is the 13th session of the series. I'm doing this show on the 9th of May, Seoul time. Today I'd like to talk about a very recent conflict between the Line Yahoo company of Japan and the Naver of Korea. Well, I'm Daniel Rowe, and this 9 report is being produced and uploaded on the 19th and 29th of the month. Well, this the line Yahoo at the bottom of the graph provides messenger and social media services, very similar to TikTok. I mean, if China has a TikTok and Japan has a line Yahoo, and Korea has a Naver, and the current problem arises from this alliance structure between SoftBank Group and Naver Group, two companies. SoftBank was created by Mr. Son Masayoshi, actually, who is a Korean Japanese, because their ancestors were Koreans who went to Japan before the World War II, and he was born in Japan and went to school through high school in Japan and went to University of California. So he's a really well-educated Korean Japanese person. He created this SoftBank Group, I think in 1980, a very long time ago. So he was he was only, I think, late 20s. He's really a great inventor, a newcomer in the Japanese business circle at that time. And this SoftBank Group, got expanded very rapidly, very successful company. And he then created SoftBank Group. One of SoftBank Group companies, SoftBank Japan. And SoftBank Japan also created a particular service providing companies with SoftBank in 2019, 4 years ago. At that time, Mr. Son became quite familiar with many Korean IT leaders. And one of them is Mr. Lee Hae-jin, who created Naver, which is also actually, messenger, search engine and social media company, Naver, which is the largest. I think this is TikTok of Korea, Naver. So in that year, SoftBank and Naver decide to work together in Japan to introduce Naver kind of service in Japan. So the holding company was called A holding company. SoftBank and Naver invested 50% each. So this is really 50-50 equal partnership. And that company created finally the form in question, which is Line Yahoo. Basically, it started with the Line company, but later it merged in the Line Yahoo, so it became Line Yahoo today. This Line Yahoo is really unheard of phenomenon in the Japanese IT industry. It was created. It began service in 2011, which is about 10 to 12 years ago, and today. This is the single dominant provider of social messaging services and search services. And the subscribers grew very rapidly. So it is roughly reported, about 90 million users in Japan, but including Southeast Asia, it could be about 1.5 150 million service users, and this is actually a source provide a business to community company. Now the key points of the issue, the debate is Line Yahoo server was attacked. In last month, there was one incident or accident where Line Yahoo server was attacked, which led, resulting in, personal information leaks of 520,000 people, about 500,000 people. This is a real, unheard of incident in Japan. So it really rang a huge bell to alarm to the Ministry of Internal Affairs and Communications. Well, today I don't have enough time to talk about this, ministry organization, but it used to be MPT, Ministry of Post and Telecommunications, was in charge of, information and telecom industry, but it emerged to internal affairs too. Anyway, just the last month, March 5 and April 16, then March 5 and April 16, the ministry is issued administrative guidance twice. This is very rare. The term administrative guidance does not exist in the U.S., not in the Anglo-American society. This is actually, it's not a law, only a guidance, not even paper. This is actually a central government's guidance. The provision of desirable policy objectives and procedures and goals. And Japanese firms are not in position to say no to this. This is quasi-law. And administrative guidance has been referred to as one of key factors for Japanese post-war economic miracle, because with this, Japanese government can set the goals and have the firms, engaged in to achieve that goal. So this is really one key element of quote unquote the developmental state of Japan. Anyway, it still continues. So MIAC issued this very rare guidance twice lately with regard to Line Yahoo versus Naver. The two items rectify the relationship that is under capital control by Naver. That Naver is the largest shareholder and also controller of the internal engine of Line Yahoo, which the Japanese ministry cannot allow to continue, is the point here. So they require review of a security governance for appropriate consignment management. Consignment management is, if you go back to this table, the Naver provides a SoftBank their expertise, their actually, learnings and their expertise. They share them, so the Line Yahoo can utilize and apply them in the Japanese market. So, exactly speaking, the MIC's administrative guidance issued on April 16, which is the very first guidance in the information multimedia industry, as I remember, accelerate the thorough review of safety management measures, consignment management, and strengthening countermeasures. So, review your relationship with the Korean company Naver and find out a way to be independent so that you can operate without relying on Korean company Naver. That is the meaning of that. And accelerate a review of group-wide security governance, including the parent company. And also, because, the cooperation between Naver and the Japanese company actually start with the very top level. So, reviewing the current level is not enough. You should go up to parent company so that, the government review should be apply to at higher echelon, higher ladder of the company structure. And thorough user services through regular reports. Report to the ministry regularly is the order. So what is the Ministry of Internal Affairs and Communications? I mean, in the eyes of Americans or the British who live in the Anglo-American society where government, the small government is better than big government, and the government action should be invisible rather than visible. But here, it is a clear instruction issued publicly by the ministry. Now the responding one is the Ministry of Internal Affairs and Communications. It was formed in 2001 by combining three ministries: the General Administration Office and Ministry of Post and This is actually in the long period of Japanese postal history, the leader, the watchdog, and the promoter of Japanese, IT and information industry has been MPT, and the Ministry of Domestic Government. So this is a very rare, bizarre combination: general administration and post and telecommunications and domestic government. Anyway, but particular the bureau that issued the guidance was the Bureau of Comprehensive Communication Basis. Actually, Tsushin Kiban-gyoku is actually infrastructure bureau that deals with telecommunication business and radio waves utilization. Okay, actually, this is the key bureau of the previous Ministry of Post and Telecommunications. And with that, this month, May 8th, Line Yahoo held a board meeting, and came up with a very rare decision. This is really a shocking decision, because they decide to have the Joong-ho, who is a chief product officer, who was sent by Naver, a Korean man, who has been the key technical person of Line Yahoo, resign as a director. So this is really unheard of, very aggressive, very straightforward action taken by a Japanese company under the guidance of Japanese ministry. And also government gave the order to alter the ratio of inside director versus outside director. Currently, 4 inside, 3 outside, altogether 7 people to 6 people, 2 from inside and 4 from outside directors. It's very likely that those 4 directors would be appointed by the ministry. Then Line Yahoo will conform to what Ministry of Telecommunications think and vision. And sequential termination of consignment management of naval services. This is very important and very painful for our Korean company Naver. Still the real engine, running engine is maintained, given and maintained by Naver. But now, sequentially, little by little, those naval services will be terminated one by one and be handed to Japanese engineers. So this is a very clear declaration that Japanese this firm should sever the ties with the naval and become independent in this very crucial information, global information industry. So naturally, request Naver to sell it. So they even ask a Korean company, Naver, to sell its stake in A Holding, so that 50-50 structure get changed to Japanese majority position and Korean minority position. So what is this administrative guidance? This concept does not exist in the Anglo-American law or political science or regulation. It is a non-binding advice given, it's non-binding. So, form, if a form is really have guts, it can say no to this, but there's been no such form in the history. Non-binding advice given by an administrative agency to the public regarding how best to comply with a particular law or regulation. So this is, in a sense, helping mechanism, supporting mechanism of law or regulation is guidance, only guidance. It's a form of government intervention in the market. It has been recognized as a key mechanism of economic miracles of East Asia and Southeast Asia, particularly Japan and South Korea. This makes a stark contrast with the Anglo-American liberal laissez-faire government or economy. So let's wrap up with this in a comparison in a more conceptual fashion. This really leads us to think about these two different modes of capitalism. What is Anglo-American and East Asian? In Anglo-American state, it states only small state. The smaller the better, regulatory state. On the other hand, Japanese, Korean, East Asian states are developmental state. It has a goal for itself. So it's a big state. State is everywhere. And the goal is for American, Anglo-American people, it is a free market competition. But in East Asian countries, the goal is not free competition, but national growth and prestige. It's a key law in the U.S. Antitrust, very important law, antitrust law and policy, which is actually regulation. But on the other hand, industrial policy is really promoting trust. Firms should work together under the government vision, etc. The government action in the Anglo-American tradition is very small, minimal, only policing. Just check bad guys. Okay, market order should be maintained by the market itself. But Japanese and Korean government has been. This is again exactly what we are talking about today is administrative guidance. This is not law, but no firm can say no to this, because once you have bad relation with the government, you will be in trouble for a long time. It's only guidance. And government-market relationship, the Anglo-American economy is a free market economy, and the government intervention is the minimal. The better, the less, the better. But on the other hand, the Japanese and Korean government in the past several decades has provided government vision, 5-year planning, all kinds of subsidies, the industrial policy, R&D policy, competition policy, all kinds of policies, right? So in a sense, government and the firms are partners, work together, not for profit, but for national development wealth. So naturally, government does intervene to maintain the orderly market. So orderly market is a very East Asian term. 지秩序no aru 시조. The market where there is order. Order is given, regulated, pre-designed. But there is no such term as market order in the American or the UK or other liberal governments. Well, this is all I have for today. Your subscription will be very much appreciated. And if any question, please write to that email address. Thank you very much.